and welcome to Spilling and Spiraling. This week we have lots to talk about. How's your week going, Alicia?
The week is good. This has been a fast week, I feel. I don't know why, but it's been good. Sadie's happy to be back home, enjoying her single dog life until we ruin it in a few weeks to get another dog. But she doesn't know that just yet.
Have you guys found a dog yet?
No, we're waiting till he gets back. And honestly, I told him I wanted to wait until after Labor Day because we're going to go to the baseball game. And I don't want to have to worry about like finding stuff for two dogs, like stay and stuff. So it'll probably be after that. But yesterday he was like, no, I know we said we would think about getting a puppy. He's like, we're getting a puppy. And I was like, okay. So
that's cute.
That'll be fun.
That'll be fun and a lot of work. It's like having a newborn, I feel, at first, like for the first few weeks.
Yeah. Well, Sadie was like, I was waking up in the middle of the night, making sure she was breathing. Like she needed to go outside so much, but it's really great that we have a yard. So that'll be easier to do than when I got Sadie because I have an apartment and she's very high energy. So yeah, I guess it'll feel like it's like for me, I'll be able to see if I want kids. Like this will be my test of like, oh, I'm in my 30s now. Can I still handle a puppy? And if I think I can do that, the kid's going to be 10 times worse, like in like sleep wise. But I think if I can do that, I know that I'm going to be able to have a kid. Yeah. Not saying they're correlated or like related. I'm just saying like, if I can get up at odd hours for this dog,
you'll have the energy for a kid. I feel, yeah. I mean, it's a lot. The puppy thing, like getting Maple. Oh my gosh. It was losing my mind.
Well, Maple's such a positive, upbeat, energetic dog.
I swear she did not stop moving for the first year. She just everywhere all the time.
She wants you to let her know. She's like, hey, these are my feelings. And she'll let you know. Yeah. Someone needs to invent something where like we can figure out what dogs are talking about. That's what I want to ask. Yeah. Who's working on that? Let's stop with the AI.
Yeah.
And let's work on this up contraption.
I need to be able to talk to my dogs.
I want to know what the dogs are saying to each other.
Yeah, because our dogs, all they do is burr, burr, burr. I want to know what's the gossip? What's the 411?
Especially because they hadn't seen each other in a while. I'm sure they were like, they had so much that they needed to share. And I'm a nosy girl, so I want to know what you're talking about.
Yeah, let me in on the secret. It's probably like when you go to the nail salon and they think you can't understand them. That's like what the dogs are probably banking on. But then one day we will be able to understand them and they should do that with the AirPods because I know there's the AirPods where you can understand
the translation.
Yeah, give us dog language.
Yeah. I was watching like a TikTok by the like Morning Brew people. And they were talking about like the AI glasses of it all and like, this is the new and upcoming thing. But that's what they said like, I don't know, a couple years ago. I'm like, yeah, like let's stop all of that and like invest it in something that like I would actually buy.
Do you think that people are recording us with the Meta glasses?
Are they recording us? Yeah, probably.
That's weird.
I mean, it is, but it's also like I feel like you could step out at any time and like be in someone's background of a TikTok or like someone's recording you anyways. And even if it's not a TikTok, it's like there's a camera, CCTV footage or whatever.
Yeah.
That's
what
recording
if you found yourself on TikTok though? Like, because I follow these guys, they start fights in public and with each other. But they just yell the most obscene, crazy things at each other. And then people think they're actually in an altercation. But I'm like, what if they'll like go into 7-Eleven and fight. But I'm like, what if you're the 7-Eleven worker? And then you just stumble upon yourself on TikTok and be like, what?
Yeah. Well, I don't let it be on my For You page. I'm good. I don't. Have you seen the ones where like they drop buckets on people's heads?
No.
So it's like you're both in the grocery aisle and then they put a bucket on your head and then on their head and they lift it up and they're like, oh my God, what happened? And the other person's like, what? Like you're both trying to find the person that put the bucket on their head, but it was really just them.
No, I haven't seen but that would also piss me off. I just love, though, Impractical Joker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bring that back. But unfortunately, they're too well known also.
Doing it up until COVID. I feel like...
I think they were doing it after COVID, too.
I know I had bought tickets to see them live, and then COVID happened. And then they kept pushing it back. And then they canceled the tour. And then some of the guys, like, left the the like group.
Yeah.
I've started reading a book about like it's like a serial,
What's it called?
The Butcher Legacy.
Is it spicy?
No,
Oh, never
it's
mind.
like a thriller.
Okay. Well, because that book, The Butcher and Blackbird, that
Yeah.
is like spice level 100.
Yeah. I read like the first one. Yes, but it's not that. This is about like true crimey kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I love it. Like I get off work and then I immediately want to read. But then when I'm in bed, like reading at night, I get really, really scared. So I've had to like sleep with like my phone flashlight on. And
With the flashlight, like a little nightlight.
yes, I'm so scared. I like lock the bedroom door. I'm like terrified. That I don't know what's gonna happen. But even though I have like literally like a bed safe nearby, like still just terrified. So yeah, that's been causing me to have some sleep problems the last few days. I'll like wake up in the middle of the night thinking I hear something, then my heart races, and then I'm like, oh my gosh,
Especially
I
like
can't go to bed
if
now.
Tony's not there at the moment, that would freak me out.
Yeah. Well, I'm like hearing things. So like, I don't know, like weird creaks and sounds and stuff in this house. So I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. It's probably
Our
my
old
paranoia.
house in California that we lived in for a while, we lived in the middle, not middle of nowhere, but it was kind of rural,
Yeah.
rural. But we had a lot of wildlife that would just scatter across the ceiling or the roof. And I'm like, I would always think someone's on my roof.
Oh.
It was like raccoons or whatever, possums, but
It was
I could
possums
hear
on
it
your roof?
softly, yeah. That's so loud.
Interesting.
And I always thought it was someone trying to break in.
It was like Santa.
Maybe.
I don't. Maybe they're talking. That's why you need the device. See what people are like. What animals are saying. We don't know.
I need to bring back threatening my kids with Santa Claus.
You should. They get a lot of presents.
My daughter's a psychopath, and this week she stole $50 from Justin.
I saw that. How did that happen?
So our friends, they got Justin this little bank that is almost like a vending machine. He could feed his money in there, and he got all this birthday money, like $50 for his birthday, and so he's pumped. He keeps opening it, closing it, whatever. And they kept fighting about the code, and I was like, "This is not your bank. You don't need the code. Leave him alone, whatever." But he was bargaining with her and said, "If you give me this, I'll give you the code to my safe." Dumb move, my brother, because then stole his money, and then adamantly said it was not her. She's like crying and screaming, "It wasn't me, it wasn't me." And I'm like, girl,
Who
it
was
wasn't
it?
us. And I don't think Justin took his own money and hid it. So then we tore apart the house. But the crazy part is that, so yeah, she hid a bulk of the money in a very obvious place, like under one of the cup holders in the living room, but she took $11 and hid it in a notebook in her room separately. So I'm like, girl, you are crazy.
Yeah.
Because you intentionally took his money and hid it and then vehemently denied it. And I'm like, girl, and we gave her so many chances. I was like, okay, you tell us now, you'll have a little consequence, no big deal, like, something small. And then she just denied. And then she screamed all night because she was pissed she got caught. And I was like, girl.
That's typically what happened. I mean, I understand she's a child, but I'm also here like, what was her thought process? Like, was she thinking that like Justin would never find out, or like, I mean, and why did Justin bargain for the passcode? That doesn't make any sense.
We changed the password, and I was like, do not give this to your sister, otherwise too dang bad. But we went through like all the consequences in our head. I'm like, I don't even know how to discipline with this one.
Yeah, that I was gonna say when you said like the Santa thing, I was like, I saw a lot of TikToks of people like saying they put a present, like that was like an Xbox or whatever, and then we're gonna throw it in the fire if their kid misbehaved. But I don't know how well that would like translate to like.
Well, I'm like, should I have threatened her with Santa Claus? I've been like, Santa Claus can see that you did that. He knows you lied.
Maybe have Santa send a letter in the mail.
Oh my God, that's brilliant.
Just be like, hey,
this came in.
We're getting closer to the season.
That's that's so smart.
You just need someone else to write it. So like maybe ask like Sam or someone that like doesn't.
She won't even know my handwriting, that girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, and I have some Grinch cards, like Christmas cards, and so I'm going to put that in.
Yes, address it to her. You have to put a stamp on it so it's like legit.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my gosh. That's brilliant. Yeah. Cause I'm like, all I could think of in the moment, like, you're going to give your brother your allowance until you reach the amount that you stole.
Ooh, that's,
And I'm not going to buy you anything.
yeah, which I'm sure she did not like.
You know what? She didn't even care.
Really? Oh, that's interesting.
I don't know. I don't know what to do with this kid sometimes.
Listen, have I stolen $1 or $2 from an ex-boyfriend in the past? Yes. But never like that much money. Like,
No, as an adult, but like,
yeah,
she's too smart.
she really is. She really is. Well, she is and she isn't. Because she comes up with these elaborate stories like, oh, it wasn't me, it was someone else. Like she was talking about something the other day, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like your thought process on that. But okay.
This girl.
She's a kid. When you said like coded password for the bank, did you ever have one of those like secret coded journals that were like
Yeah.
in the early 2000s?
Yeah.
That never worked.
No.
That was so
And
easy
they
to break
always
into.
wrote.
Yeah. I think I had like 2 of them. And my brother always got into it. Not that I had like scandalous gossip in these little journals, but still.
My journals did have a lot of scandalous gossip, and no one ever tried to get in. So thank goodness my brother
That's good.
did not care.
Your
I
brother was like,
a bunch of
whatever.
information in my journals. And this is super cringe. I found one of my old journals from high school and I printed this is bad. I printed out pictures of all my ex-boyfriends, glued them on with construction paper, made it cute, and then I gave them a rating of like 1 to 5. And this is how good or bad of a boyfriend you were. And then I put a description of why. It was like my reviews.
No, I think that's brilliant. What are you talking about?
It was
There's like an online website for that now. You can actually.
bad kisser, good at making you feel appreciated.
But then it's like if you ever wanted to get back with one of them, you could open your journal and be like, that's right. I said this. I remember this, you know?
Yeah.
It's smart thinking.
Yeah. Con, he cheated on me. Like,
Yeah, that's a pretty big one.
yeah. It's super cringy, but I guess it comes in handy.
I was going through my desk the other day at home. This was a while back. And I found a song that I had written.
I wrote so many dumbass songs.
It was horrible. I was like trying to follow along. And I was in band at the time that I wrote this. So I was like using like a lot of the like same, like, make sure you repeat this line and sing it. And I'm
Here's
like,
the chorus.
yeah. And I'm like, who did I write this about? First of all. Second, I took it home with me because I was like, this is hilarious. And then I tried to sing it like just to myself.
Yeah.
And no, I was like, you thought you ate with this. It was so bad.
Man, I have a songbook somewhere and I don't want to look at it. I don't.
But see, the thing I love about it is like our childhood, like we could do all of this and like no one really.
Yeah, because we weren't posting that on TikTok.
No, thank goodness. That would be. No.
No,
That's gonna stay in the safety of my memory box for no one to see.
I can't even imagine. No, one of my friends or my kids' cheer coach, she told me that the girls were following me on TikTok, and I'm like,
yeah. Well, I know. It's
just like
time.
It's man.
I saw something interesting that came out. I don't know if you saw it, but Mia Thermopolis from Princess Diaries, I guess they're like doing a bunch of merch for it because it's been
like 20
like
years.
20 years. And I immediately wanted to buy the doll.
What is
I don't know. It's like they're doing like a doll. So you can buy a Mia Thermopolis doll. They've gotten like, I think some sweatshirts and stuff. They have the diary with the like necklace that unlocked it.
Ooh.
I'm like, I want that. That's what I wanted. I don't know pricing or anything, but.
You know, a piece of merch that kind of reminds me of that I always wanted is the Parent Trap. Hallie, she had this stuffed bunny. She called it Cuppy. And I always wanted Cuppy. And I remember they had it in the Disney Store magazine. I circled it so many times, never got it. And then my college roommates, they bought it for me as an adult. And I was like crying because I was like, I've always wanted this Cuppy. But that reminds me of one of those things where like, it's just childhood.
Yes. Yeah. I used to look in the Sky Mall. Do you remember the Sky Mall magazine?
No.
So it was like, I think it was United or like Continental before it became United, but it was a magazine that they would have on the plane that was just them selling stuff. Like you couldn't buy it on the plane, but it was like merchandise. Like they had Harry Potter stuff. They had weird gadgets. They had.
Was it branded to that?
No, I think it was his own separate company. And it was like, I think there's a website called like Uncommon Goods, where it's just like a bunch of like knick-knacky things that you can buy.
Yeah.
It essentially was that before that was existing, and it was in a magazine. So like everyone on the plane had a version of it, and it would tell you like how much it was and where you could buy it. And like you could go, I think Sky Mall was the website. And there was one that I really, really wanted that was like the time turner for the Harry Potter films, where it was like
Mm,
it was like a little hourglass necklace that you could like turn
that's cute.
and go back in time. Yeah. But that I would circle that thing religiously. I was like, I want this, I want this. And then I would take it off the airplane
Oh my
and give it to
god.
my mom.
You saying all that, I did look up the Princess Diaries collection. The doll looks so cute. I want the mini ears. Not that I need them. The journal, the backpack. But then the article that I found where all the merch is shown shows they're releasing a bunch of old merch from a lot of things like Atlantis, Hunchback. I'm such an a-hole. As a kid, the Hunchback scared me. Oh my gosh. The Muppet Show. There's like a sweater. Oh my gosh, there's a sweater with literal Muppet stuffies on it.
Wait, really?
Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I'll send you this article. That's so cute. 101 Dalmatians merch.
I think that like retailers have like figured out that us millennials just love good merch. Like
Yes.
we love a good like little knickknack or a little, I don't know, something to help us remember.
Yeah. I have a friend who does graphic design for merch at Disney World, and I'm obsessed with her and her designs. And I'm like, yes, create the merch that we always wanted because it makes me want to buy everything.
Yes. No, they're doing such a good job. Well, you're seeing a lot of like brands, I feel like crossover. Like I sent you the other day is Bays and Disney. Like they're doing like a crossover.
One I
Like of
kept seeing too
merch.
was Bubble and Elf. Everyone was talking about that, how they did a collab. Like I feel like
Mhm.
these are all everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the other one I saw recently was Camp Rock 3 and La La Land Coffee, which I love watching La La Land's collabs. They did a Disney one time. Like they've had so many really fun ones. They have really good s'mores latte.
It's fun. Yeah, La La Land has always been like on it. Well, I don't know. I feel like you can't. I was listening to that podcast you were telling me about Business Wars,
Yeah.
and I listened to the 4-part episode about Disney and Universal, which was like really
Mm,
interesting.
I haven't listened to that.
And
I think I'm going to.
it was really good. It kind of tells you how they got started and like how they view each other to this day and like how they built up Universal and how they kind of had to change Disney, like some of the rides and things. And like the earlier year stuff was really interesting.
Mm,
But they brought on a guy, I don't remember his name, but the guy brought on someone who's like a writer who posts articles about like just animation of it all. And he was talking about how for the rides, Disney can't always like predict what's going to do really well. So they
mm.
kind of like, they kind of will probably like create an idea for a ride and then wait to see if the movie does well. And then they can move forward with it. But like, if they try to move too forward with it and like it doesn't get received very well, then they're like stuck with a ride that like no one wants, which is so much money to invest into.
I feel like they have done that with a few flops. And then
Yeah.
again about like I've done so much research on early days of California Adventure. And I'd been as a kid when they first opened, but they had this like Whoopi Goldberg show. They used to have is Monsters Inc. now used to be the Great Hollywood Ride or something like that. And it went through Hollywood and Drew Carey was in it. And it was so freaking random. But none of like a lot of what was in there is not even relevant today. So now I think they try to
Yeah.
stick more to timeless things.
Right. They talked about for Universal, I guess one of the big rides that like kicked it off back in the day was a Back to the Future ride, which I'm a big fan of like the 80s and the 90s when it comes to movies. So like that to me, I mean, I would love to be on that ride and they're talking about bringing it back. But then they also talked about how like in Universal there's the Simpsons ride, but
Mm-hmm.
that's owned by Fox and Fox is now like
Pardon.
owned or worked with Disney now. So it's like, can Universal still keep that? Or like, how is that going to work?
They used to have Marvel, didn't they? Universal?
I think so. Yes. Yeah. So like, how does that work?
Yeah.
And then they were talking about just about how like obviously they want more people in the park because they want you to spend your money, and so that's why they created the Hogwarts train so that you have to buy tickets to both parks. And it like just understanding the business's like way of, I don't know, getting people to stay and pay more is really interesting because they're talking about now like Disney's more trying to have you like sign your specific time you want to go to the ride, and then it's like a lot more research and
They're
work.
like juicing, I think, every dollar out of you
Yeah.
because with that, like back in the day, about to sound like an old lady. Back in the day, we had fast passes and they were all free. And you literally just went up to the
They were
kiosk.
free?
Yeah, they were totally free. You go up to the kiosk, you just get one, and then you can't get another one until the time frame opens for that fast pass. So you had to wait, but you had to go to the physical location of where you wanted the fast pass. Then you wait 2 hours, come back, whatever. But now you're paying for them. You're paying for that whole pass, and you're kind of paying per ride, which is such a ripoff. They used to have, I think, the steps upward. It was like free, then you pay for all the rides, like super fast pass. And now it's you pay for the lower tier and then the higher tier individually. And it could be up to $20, $30 to go on freaking cars. I'm like, this used to be free.
Yeah, I didn't know it was free. That's interesting. You're totally right though. I do think they're trying to like get every dollar out of you as possible. But I don't know. The podcast was talking about like when do you think that like consumers will have enough of like constantly like having to add more and more because it's not easy to pay to go to Disney World or Disneyland or any
No.
theme park really.
Well, and I think about like when I was in my Disney Prime, I would go, my Disney Pass started out as $12 a month. $12. And then by the end of me having a pass, I think I had it for maybe 4 years, maybe. But by the end, I had gotten a little bit of a higher pass, but it was like $150 a month. So went from, and I had the lower pass when I started, sure, but starting at $12 and then going to like $150 a month is crazy. And I
Yeah.
think so many of the people that we used to go to Disney with every single weekend, a lot of them are not doing that anymore. It's harder and harder, and I think less. But it's hard because other times people will pay it. So
Yep.
it's just like, at what point do we stop?
Yeah. No, I agree. It was all really fascinating though. Like you guys recommended that podcast for me and I was like, this is what I needed. I needed
I'm
like
going
an
to listen to
insight.
that one. I think that one's a little bit newer.
It is. Yeah.
I'm going to listen to that because that is always so interesting to me. And then I remember my last year living in California, we did get Universal passes because I was like having withdrawals from theme parks, but it's not the same. The LA Universal is just not my cup of tea.
Yeah. I haven't been to that one, but
It's not.
Florida is great. Controversial, but I think I like Universal more than Disney.
Really? I haven't been to the Florida one and I've heard amazing things, so I do want
Yeah,
to go.
I think it's just because like a lot of the Disney rides seem to be geared towards kids versus Universal is like geared to like the teenagers and up.
Yeah.
And so like it, and I get it. Like there's differences. And I'm not saying Disney's not fun. It is. And there's a lot of like, they've done a lot with the Star Wars and all of that and the Marvel and I love, but I haven't seen Epic Universe yet. I haven't gone,
Yeah.
but
Well,
I
we
think
had
there's more
Knott's
that,
Berry Farm too. Have you ever been to Knott's?
no, I didn't even know people called it Knott's.
Yeah, that's in California and it's like the peanuts.
That's cute.
It was, I think, one of the very first theme parks. I could be wrong, but I think it was one of the first theme parks in America. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're biting off the Disney rides. And I'm like, wait, actually, Knott's came first.
Yeah.
But everything there is Charlie Brown.
I love Charlie Brown. So the theme song to Charlie Brown,
Yeah.
my dad used to put that on for us. And my dad and I would just like dance in the living room to it. Like when I was a kid, we would just be like, dun, 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 and we would just be like
Then you do that.
vibing. Yeah. I've thought about if I ever get married, I'm going to have someone play that as like the father-daughter dance.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Oh
We
my
used
gosh,
to dance to it
throw
so
and
much.
then you can just like,
Yeah, just be like, throw in some
that
banger
would be
moves.
so cute.
But no, I feel like we need to add that to our list,
Yeah.
whenever we go back.
Speaking of nostalgia, going back a gear, I did hear that Victoria's Secret is bringing back the square fragrance bottles, like the pink bottles. Do you remember those?
No.
That was like everything in my high school years. It was like the square pink body sprays. I'm super pumped about that. That was like what all
Yes. I thought this was still in existence. They're not?
I think they've been gone for a long time, but they're bringing him back.
Okay. Interesting. I feel like we're in this interesting age of like things that we experience as kids are it's like we were always told by our parents that like things will come back around. Like things that we thought were in style or whatever was like somehow in style when our parents were, our age. And like I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, but you guys didn't get it. And now I'm like at an age where I've finally seen like how it's doing a full circle moment. And I'm like, oh, no, they were right. Just another case in point of how your parents are always right. Of just like seeing it go back in but like tailoring it slightly now to us more so than our parents, I feel,
Yeah.
which is just so
You know,
interesting.
it's funny. I was watching. Did you watch the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip episode yet? Yeah, and Teresa Giudice comes out in this like tracksuit for her 80s dinner, and she's like, "Well, just goes to show, fashion comes back around." I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, girl."
Before we talk about that episode, I've always wanted a juicy tracksuit. So like I need
The
that to come back.
Spider-Man costume.
Yes.
Oh my God. Speaking of which, I meant to talk about this a few weeks ago, not to like jump around, but we were talking about how Spider-Man had all those campaigns that were geared towards it. And I noticed we went to go see the movie, and throughout the whole movie, I was like, that's a collab. That's a collab. That's a collab. So then I looked up which of the collabs were actually in the movie and noticed that Liquid IV was seen as like a vending machine in the movie. Samsung, Spider-Man has a Samsung phone, and then that powers the Spidey tracker. BMW, they have a collab with that, and then he like crashes into a BMW. Lego, you see that. I think Ned has like a little Lego figurine. Talkies, he's coming in with a grocery bag full of Talkies, and then getting Little Caesars delivered all over the place. And that's just the ones that I immediately saw, but I was like, oh my gosh, it's everywhere.
Because I was sitting next to you in the theater, and when you mentioned that, I was not even clocking it. Like to me, it was seamless. Maybe I just didn't have like the right.
I think that's the
mindset.
goal. They want it to be.
Yeah, you couldn't. Once you said it though, I was trying to look out for it more. But I think a lot of it had already like kind of passed because it was all kind of in the beginning part of the film. But
it's that subconscious product placement that they're going.
Yes, but honestly, like what's gonna happen. So I prefer that over like obvious because you've seen some where they're like, "Wow, look at this thing," and then it's being framed like for more than a few seconds.
Or what I thought was like the obvious Chili's product placement in the Valley a few weeks ago, and it wasn't even product placement. I was like, oh, but it just feels.
It just feels like it is because it's so front and center. Like, why else would they be going to a Chili's? Didn't they go to a Chuck E. Cheese?
That was in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and that was definitely a product placement. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think that's why it felt so similar. Like, why? Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying there's anything against a Chuck E. Cheese or a Chili's, but
but that was such a weird collab. And
yeah. Like, I wouldn't want to have a fight in a Chili's or a Chuck E. Cheese.
Not a Chuck E. Cheese.
But back to Real Housewives of the Ultimate Trip.
Yeah.
I think it's going to get real good.
I think so too. It looks good. I hate the girls' trips, honestly, for the most part, because I feel like they don't fight enough.
These girls are definitely going to fight. They picked all main characters from each of the seasons, and they're all known, I feel like, to stand up for themselves, which is great, but also bring confrontation like to the front. And I think you're definitely going to see that. We'll see how it goes. I like that they're going to like involve everyone. My favorite, I don't remember her name, but like back when Slade was on the show, like in the very beginning, Joe. I loved Slade and Joe when I was like, again, this was me at like 10 years old or whatever, watching it. I was like obsessed with them.
Yeah.
I know Joe had like a music career. I like downloaded it all on iTunes and was like, I was a supportive young fan.
I think we were talking about this the other day where I was like, I could not watch early seasons of Orange County, but I lived, one of my friends, she was like, I lived in the neighborhood next to Kodo. And she was like, one of my neighbors was the guy who started Real Housewives of Orange County. And like, she lived near all those housewives. I'm like, that's so interesting, but somehow still can't get into it.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I watched it as a kid, like for me, it's like a nostalgia almost. Like I remember I was driving from Texas to New York with my dad, and we were staying in a hotel for the night, and he passed out, obviously, because he was the one driving. And I, again, was really young. And I remember I was watching TV and like it was Real Housewives of Orange County, like on the TV.
Yeah.
And like it'd be like 1 a.m. and I'd be like, I need to go to bed, but I'm addicted to this this reality show. Yeah. So
You know what
it's
reality show that did that to me was? It's so freaking weird. Escaping Polygamy.
Have I ever seen that reality show?
Yeah, I think it was a TLC show, which honestly I don't like TLC shows, but this one, Gil and I stayed up till 3 a.m. early in our marriage watching Escaping Polygamy.
I was about to say 3 a.m. I can't get you to stay up till you stay up till like
No.
midnight, and then you like.
Yeah, I
you
guess
knock
I
out.
was like 10 years younger, so there's probably
Yeah. Did you see that clip I sent you on Instagram where it was like it was talking about reality TV, but it's gonna be like a drama where it's like all these girls are signing up for like a dating show or something.
no.
And yeah, I don't really know the premise, but it basically is. It's not an actual reality TV show. It's a show trying to be a reality TV show, and like it's a drama filled. Like basically, it's all the girls signing their contract, and it's like you have to do this and
Like
do this.
it's like there's actors.
Yes, yeah.
Interesting.
It looks pretty. I mean, from the few second clip I watched, it looked pretty good. So
Okay, that I don't know why reminds me of Back to Girls Trip. Teresa talking about how she started the show and she didn't think she was going to go to jail, and then Vic being I'm like
Vicky, why did Vicky, in the very first few seconds of meeting all these people, which I'm sure they've met before at like BravoCon, why did she give them like insurance documents and be like, if you're not insured, like sign up? Like what? I'm
Vicky's
sure these ladies are
already
insured.
infuriating me, and I'm like, is she going to be on the whole season?
Well, and then the what does she have? The cutouts of everyone, and was like, who's changed the most? And I was like,
Get out of here. And then she's
everyone
like,
has.
she just keeps picking at Teresa.
Yeah. And then I think it's because like Teresa did go to jail and Vicky doesn't want anything. Like, even though it happened and like she did her time and everything and like it's not associated to her anymore. Like Vicky, I don't know, had a weird mindset with it. Other than that though, I'm trying to think of like
Going back to Housewives.
Yeah.
I heard that Bethany Frankel opened a supermodel cafe in the Hamptons, and one of her sandwiches is Nepo Baby.
Wait, so it's a sandwich shop?
It's like a cafe.
All right.
Yeah. I'm like,
so doing a little bit of something about her.
Do we want to support Bethany Frankel and her lobster eating ways?
I was listening to the podcast with Danny the other day, and he was talking about the House of Stassi.
I still need to listen to that episode.
I don't think I finished it, but it was good. I'm always welcoming of other opinions that aren't mine. I feel like I've always kind of been that way, and it's always interesting to like know someone else's opinion. And apparently, it's they said on his podcast that like that they kind of related House of Stassi to Bethany Frankel Ever After or whatever her show was. They said it was giving the same energy.
And I never actually watched Bethany Ever After.
Well, so I did, and I liked it. Again, I was very young. I was like a teenager.
Bethany wasn't who she is today.
Yeah. So like I was like, me as a teenager liked it. That's probably why I like House of Stassi in that when they were like talking about it. But interesting take, I thought. And it does seem like it's very like one way or the other with the House of Stassi. Like people either love it or they hated it. So I enjoyed it, but
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
I didn't dissect every piece of it. But yeah, listen to that. It was a good podcast.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to it. I love Danny.
Yeah, it was good. He had someone else on too, so it was nice to hear him kind of
banter
talk back and forth with it. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard, this is totally separate, but I was kind of going through and looking at consumer brands that were having collabs recently, and I saw one that's like Liquid Death.
Okay, yeah.
Did you see this? It's a peanut butter cup Liquid Death. Ugh.
Wait, so a water company paired up with
Mr. Beast.
Chocolate? Oh, Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Chocolate company?
I'm like, why are they doing a peanut butter cup sparkling water? I feel like that when I think of Mr. Beast, I think of those chomp type things, like the meat.
Well, I was thinking veneers.
Veneers.
Have you not seen Mr. Beast's teeth?
No, I don't know. I feel like I don't see him. You would think my kids would be really into that, but
sure, it's better that they're not.
Yeah, I'm not promoting it really.
Yeah, no, that's interesting though. That's an interesting collab. Yeah. I wonder. Well, I don't know. I feel like, remember when we went to ACL and Liquid Death was there, like the
Yeah.
just to buy? So
Yeah. So,
maybe it's like it's becoming like a concert type of water and like, I don't know, gives you a different option, but I wouldn't want to drink that in the heat.
I'm kind of curious. Like, I kind of want to try it. I've been seeing a lot of pickle stuff. Like Liquid IV has the pickle
Yes.
Liquid IV, which also sounds gross, but I also kind of want to try that.
Yeah. You could be our own market research.
Yeah. Maybe I should.
Just try all the products.
Yeah.
I I
saw that. Okay.
Oh, I was just saying, I need the flavor jalapeno to like come back. I know right now it's like a topic that's because
We
of the
tried those
whole
spicy margaritas. What
coronavirus
was
and
the
all.
brand? Cayman Jack.
But yeah, they make real good margaritas.
Yeah, and they had a
Yeah.
spicy collection that we were drinking this weekend. It was like spicy peach, grilled pineapple, spicy lime. Yum.
Yeah, I feel like in that sense, I mean, because Loverboy also had the spicy margaritas. Those were strong. Those were strong
Yeah.
margaritas.
I Loverboy's espresso martini, I was so excited to try it because it was like it has oat milk, whatever. I did not like it.
Yeah, canned espresso martinis are not, I don't know. I think that's hard ratio to get right.
Yeah. The other thing in consumer brands that I saw this week was that there's this brand, what's it called? Washwise. They're doing a dry shampoo for your clothes. It's supposed to like be like a quick wash spray. I am so intrigued by this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, like if you're wanting to rewear your outfit but you haven't had time to wash it, and you can just spray it.
Yeah, and I feel like that would be good for your jeans because you're not really supposed to wash your jeans every time you wear them. Or like you wear them for 2-3 hours. I'm taking my jeans off the minute I get home. So if I'm out for 2 or 3 hours, but I want to rewear the jeans, I'm gonna just spritz it.
Right. Yeah.
I want to try it.
Intriguing. How much is it?
I don't know. I haven't looked that far.
That to me is my limit. I'm like, okay, I'm all for this, but like, what's the price?
That's a great question.
I also have a good show recommendation.
Give me.
I started watching. Did you ever watch the Gallaghers? Oh my gosh, Shameless.
Oh my gosh. That sounds so familiar, but I feel like I did not watch it.
Well, the one of the characters in that show is now on a news show called Furious on Hulu. I think it's really good. It's like a true crimey detective show, which is like my bread and butter.
I need a new show.
I mean, it's still coming. It's still in its first season, but it's pretty good. And then Reacher came out with its
Oh,
fourth
that
season.
Reacher was back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did admittedly use your Netflix to finish America's Sweethearts because I was 2 episodes away from the end and I was like, well, now that Alicia's thing is logged in, I'm going to use it real quick. And you watched that, right? Did you hear that she quit, but she is going to be on Broadway in Chicago?
Yes. I did see that. Everyone was thinking Dancing with the Stars, but yeah, that's exciting. That's an exciting move. And I saw a lot of people on the internet saying that like Reese retired because her husband wanting her to. But like this clearly proves that no, that was not the case because she's gonna have to go live in.
Though I was like, why is she retiring at the top of her game? Like she's clearly a favorite. But then this makes so much more sense now, seeing that she's gonna be on Broadway.
Yeah. I mean, I think you kind of want to retire when you're a favorite because then you have enough of the following.
It's giving Whitney from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yeah. Which, you gotta do what you gotta do in this world. But yes, I did see that. Makes me want to go to New York.
I know.
One day. I want to go see the Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on Broadway.
I want to see Paddington on Broadway.
There's a Paddington on Broadway?
And he's like a little bear. And
like actually?
Yeah, it's so cute.
Like a furry type of situation? Like
No, it's not like a human it's like a robotic bear.
It's terrifying.
But it's cute. No, it's really cute. I'll send you it on Instagram.
That's what we're all saying. And then in 15 years, all the bears are going to come and attack us and they're all going to be.
I think we might have talked about this before, but when I was researching this week, I saw this thing that was like the robot that comes and does your laundry, tidies up your house, makes your bed for you. And I'm like, I do want this. I think it's over $400 a month.
No, at that point, I'm just going to pay for cleaning service.
Yeah.
Because I think cleaning service isn't going to be $400 a month.
No. But the thing is, when you have the cleaning service, you usually tidy up before the cleaners come. This, I think, does that.
It tidies up so then you can have the cleaning service?
No, I think it does all of it. Like, I think it tidies and does the cleaning.
No. No, I don't. I've never been one to clean before. Okay, this is gonna sound like very bratty of me, and I don't mean it to be. But I grew up like my mom traveled a lot for work, so we had to have someone living with me at home. So I technically had like a nanny of some kind. She did a lot for our house, but like my mom would like cook all the meals and freeze them, and then she would like make sure I ate and stuff, and make sure that I didn't do anything crazy because I was a teenager. So yeah, because I lived in that environment, I would never pick up after myself. I was so like, I'm kind of, I would now, if I were to get now I do clean out after myself. But if I were to get a cleaning service now, I'm kind of being like, no,
that's what you do. Like, that's why I heard you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I never grew up with a cleaner. I was like, that's so bougie. But then when the kids were in foster care, I was so overwhelmed that I was like, I need to pay for a cleaner. And so we had a cleaner come, but I felt like I had to tidy up before they came because I just feel like they don't know where everything goes.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know.
Yeah. But then, yeah, you are paying for them to clean. So
right. I think I would pay for like a deep clean because I can keep the house pretty.
That was the thing. I'm like, I do tidy quite a bit, and
yeah,
I did not have time to deep clean. I was still underwater.
Like, they always do such a good job that I'm like, yes, I'll pay you. It's like that, or when people mow the lawn, I'm like, I'll pay you anything if you could keep up that service for me.
Yeah, and especially being in Texas, it's so hot.
It's like 100 degrees or something.
When are they going to come out with like a Roomba for lawn mowing?
They have that.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. I've seen it in action. It's crazy.
I want one of those.
I think that's like thousands of dollars, but
yeah.
I want the John Deere.
I know, me too.
That I can sit on. When we moved here,
to make it like a motorcycle instead of like a tractor, because how are you going to get in those little crevices?
I think that's what the weed eater is for. I talk like I've ever mowed a lawn in my life. I never have.
No.
I have no idea. I just think like, why stand when you can sit?
Right. In the heat.
Yeah. Although I will say, there was this like movie that came out when like Reese Witherspoon, she's in it. She was like really young. And there's like a horrible death scene in this movie where like Reese Witherspoon's character is in love with this guy. But he's like, there's like a big age gap.
Yeah.
And then her sister is like also in love with him. So they're like sleeping together. And then one time after they're done sleeping together, he's like on a tractor and he's going to grab his hat and he like misses. And then he's murder scene. And that has scarred me a little bit.
That sounds so familiar, actually. Oh my gosh. What movie?
I forget. I feel like it involves something with the moon. But I don't remember the name.
Ooh, that's traumatizing.
Yeah. So that makes me a little scared.
That reminds me of like the Jamie Runner with his whatever thing he got trapped under.
That's why I don't like knives.
Yeah, knives scare me.
They scare me. A lot of things scare me, apparently.
Fires scare me.
Yeah.
Like lighting candles. I love it, but it scares me.
Yeah. The one thing I've loved about technology is that like I'll have to answer my door because I hate that. And that scares me. And so I'm glad that that's in place. Yeah.
So true. On a different note, did you also hear that American Eagle was partnering with sorority houses before RHUGT? Have you been getting all the RHUGT stuff on your TikTok?
Kind of. I'm getting like the rush dances. Like
me too. And I wasn't in a sorority or anything, but I'm so entertained by them.
I actually saw my own sorority's TikTok and the dancing, and I texted one of my sorority sisters. I was like, so glad that was after my time. Because like, we had to do skits and songs and all these things. Like, we had to rush the door and sing the songs that like people have seen that scare you. And it's next level, man. I wonder if they have something that they had to sign. It's like, I'll do this many TikToks, and like I'll partake in this, because Rush itself is it's a process that, you have to wear heels for like 10 hours for a week in a row, and your feet are really hurting. You're like constantly talking to people and constantly like you're doing it. Everyone's out the door. You have to wait 5 minutes and then another group of people come in. And there's like the week before we do Rush Week that you have to like practice everything, and then everyone gets sick. It's a whole thing. But yes, I have. And then I've also seen that people are now hiring interior decorators for their dorm rooms.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're like making it super fancy. And I'm like, where? Why? I know my dorm room's going to get messy. I don't need it to be.
The fun of having a dorm room for me was picking out different decor every other year. So I don't want
Yes.
to do that for me.
Also, it's like you never know who you're going to roommate with. So, like, their mess isn't the same as your mess. And, like, the styles would never match. And that was part of it. Like, it was.
Unless you, I guess, went in with a friend from high school or something, which I don't recommend. Like, I don't know.
I don't recommend living with people that you like.
Yeah.
It always ruins the friendship.
Yeah. I remember meeting my college roommates freshman year on Facebook. And it was, what year was it? 2012. So owls were really big. And my whole aesthetic was owl chic. And I had like owl bedding, owl necklaces, owl everything. But it was like cute, cartoony owls. But I remember super cringy telling my roommate, I was like, hey, so nice to meet you. I hope you like owls. And she was like, she thought I meant like taxidermy owls.
I mean, this version's way better than that. That's for sure.
And she was like, yeah, cool. And then she met me and then we became friends and it was all good. But she was like, what the hell?
Yeah. I know exactly the owl you're talking about too. What a time.
Yeah.
That's very, it puts you very in a specific point in time.
Yeah. Like 2010s.
Yeah. My theme was Texas Tech.
Like, I mean,
that was my theme.
sense.
I think I lived in dorm for 2 years and it changed slightly, but that was the theme. And then I'm one of those people that's really bad at interior design. It's not my thing. I just like what I like, and hopefully I can put it all together.
Maximalist.
And yeah, exactly. Yeah, so much. So hopefully it all comes together. But
I saw this TikTok the other day that was like, POV, I'm a maximalist and I got fired from my job. They were in their cubicle taking down all their lights, everything. I'm like, that is and was me.
That was the best part about
having
when I first started working after college. I was so excited to have a desk.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many photos I have of my desk. I had everything arranged. I was like, oh my God, this is an adult. Like, I'm just, it's so cute. But
so many pictures on my desk. So cute. Yeah.
It's a time.
I miss that.
Me too. And then COVID happened and
now I just have my desk at home, which honestly, like if you're watching this on YouTube, my shelves behind me have been the most fun thing to decorate.
Yeah. You know, I put some up of all my knickknacks over here. It's lovely.
Yeah. I love it. I love my knickknacks.
I didn't realize how much of a knickknack person I was, but when I was cleaning everything, I was like, oh wow, this is a lot.
Yeah. All my books and everything.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I think we spiraled about a lot today. Join us next week. We'll have more to spiral about, more marketing talk and all the things.
Thanks, everyone.